I haven't seen my face for about a year. I don't know what I look like or what my hairstyle is now. At first, I shaved by touch, but when I got tired of wiping blood from the cuts on my face, I gave up. I decided to occasionally trim my beard with scissors, but then I stopped doing even that. There isn't a single reflective surface in my house. A year ago, I threw out all the mirrors except one, sold the TV, covered the windows with fabric, and even removed all the glass inserts from the cabinets and tables. Additionally, all metal interior details went to the trash. I eat from clay dishes with a wooden spoon. I dress in clothes without fasteners and buttons. There's nothing left in my house that can reflect. I rarely go outside. Store windows, parked car windows, empty bottles, and even people's eyes, I don't want to see any of it. It all started the day I bought that vintage mirror at a flea market. Some old lady was selling it, and I just felt sorry for her. Besides, the mirror was really interesting. The ornate frame and a slight touch of aristocratic yellowing gave it a mysterious and enigmatic look. I decided to hang it in the bathroom. That morning I went to the bathroom, washed my face, took a toothbrush from the shelf, and started getting ready. After brushing my teeth, I looked at my reflection. Something was off. At first, I didn't even understand what it was, but something had definitely changed. I examined the mirror from all sides, trying to figure out what was causing my uneasy feeling, but eventually, deciding it was all due to my chronic lack of sleep, I went about my usual business. But the uneasy feeling didn't leave me all day. On my way to work, my eyes kept falling on reflections in store windows, and each time, something inside me triggered the same unpleasant and inexplicable emotions. I solved this mystery only a few days later, when I finally realized what had been bothering me about my reflection. The thing was, its movements lagged behind mine. It repeated all my actions but did so with a delay. At first, the difference was in fractions of a second, but with each passing day, its movements became slower and slower. Within a week, it entered the bathroom 10 seconds after I did. Within a month, I had to wait for it for about a minute. I quit my job to avoid unnecessary questions from colleagues who would have eventually noticed that my reflection appeared at the security gate only after I was already in my office. I started going out less and less after the commotion I caused at a public transport stop. Some elderly woman began screaming that she saw a demon pointing at me in the glass wall of the stop, where naturally my reflection wasn't. That time, people just called an ambulance for the woman, and I quickly blended into the crowd. I don't even know how it all ended. I hope she's okay. They took her away before my reflection finally reached the stop. Besides these oddities, over time, I started noticing that my reflection began to look worse and worse. Dark circles appeared under its eyes, its skin turned yellow, and its movements became unsteady. Its gaze grew duller, and wrinkles appeared on its face. A couple of weeks later, the reflection ran into the bathroom and then vomited into the sink right before my eyes. After that, it started living its own life. Now it wasn't just lagging behind me, it didn't even try to repeat my actions. And judging by everything, it was slowly dying. One day I tried to talk to it. I shouted and banged my fingers against the mirror, but it couldn't hear me. Moreover, it even lost consciousness right there in the bathroom, collapsing on the cold floor. I immediately rushed to the phone to call an ambulance, but quickly realized the foolish and dangerous situation I would put myself in when the doctors entered my home. This went on for about a month. I tried everything I could think of. I wrote the names of medications on a piece of paper and pressed them against the mirror. I shouted, waved my hands, and banged my head against it, but it was all in vain. My reflection either didn't see me, or in its reality, nothing unusual was happening in the mirror. My reflection died in the evening. I waited for it in the bathroom for a long time, and then, not seeing it, opened the door and looked into the mirror again. The reflection lay on the hallway floor. Its face was almost purple, remnants of foam were visible on its lips, and its eyes were fixed directly on me. I leaned my forehead against the glass and just stared at it. Tears streamed down my cheeks, but I couldn't do anything. Eventually, its lips moved. It tried to say something to me, but I couldn't hear it. It died right before my eyes. That same evening, I went outside to get some fresh air and think about what to do next. I sat on a bench opposite a shopping center window and waited. Neither an hour nor two later did the reflection appear. The whole time, the bench remained empty. Yes, it really had died and was now lying there in the hallway. After its death, I began to fight against all reflective surfaces in my house. I spared the bathroom mirror and simply covered it with a towel. Only once, 3 months after the reflection's death, did I remove the cloth and look into it. A half-decayed and decomposed corpse lay on the floor. That was all that was left of it. The sight made me nauseous and I vomited into the sink. After that, I never looked into it again. I don't know how to go on living. This whole situation is driving me crazy. I've started having health problems. I'm constantly ill. 3 days ago, I fainted in the bathroom. Now I'm lying in bed thinking about how it all started with buying that damned mirror. I don't believe in all these stories, but it seems more and more like I need to get rid of it. I guess that's what I'll do. I just need to crawl to the bathroom. I feel really bad, just a little more. Now I'm in the hallway. I'm going to open the door. I feel so awful. There it hangs. The towel is barely holding on to it. It's about to fall. Oh, why do I feel so bad? In slow motion, I see the cloth slipping from the mirror and falling to the floor. Oh God! My reflection is pressed against the glass from the other side. It's looking at me and crying. Oh God, what is this? God, I need to tell it. I need to warn it.